Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Drive to School. It is Wednesday morning, and the Drive to School is your motivational moment on your drive to school or work or wherever you might be going today. Hopefully you will have the best day ever because you choose it. Not because of what happens to you, but because of what you choose. In honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, I am going to talk about a few of my favorite teachers and what they have taught me. I have become the teacher I am, and I'm still working to become the teacher I am. I have so much work to do because of so many influences in my life and because of many different teachers. And I want to talk about some of them. I don't remember a lot of my elementary teachers' names, but I do know that I got in trouble a lot for talking in elementary school. I have always been a talker. I have always been a project girl, particularly in second and third and fourth grade. I was always coming up with my own little projects, especially surveys that I could give the school or big projects I could do, even if it wasn't assigned to me. You know, I was one of those kids who I was supposed to read 30 books for the reading assignment. And I read 120. So I was one of those overachiever kids that I was always looking for something fun to do. And there were some teachers who just really allowed me to soar. One of them being my gifted and talented teacher who allowed me to do big projects and big creations and really encouraged that in me. You know, I had a talk with my students in class yesterday, and we were talking about education and where it's headed. And my concern, one girl spoke about how she was so shy in grade school. And finally, a teacher realized that she had a love for reading and asked her to help the other children become better readers. And the student told me, all of a sudden, it's like I was out of my shell because she had found the thing that I loved and could do. And she said, I started talking. And she said, then I started getting in trouble. And instead of that teacher kind of moving her in the direction she needed to go, that teacher clipped her wings and told her her behavior was bad. And she said, all I wanted to do was the thing that I was excited about and passionate about. And I think that often in the classroom, it's easy for us as teachers to be scared or intimidated of students who are different from us. And we don't know exactly what to do with them. But I know that those students just need to flourish and they need to find their genius. And so I had a lot of teachers who were willing to find and see my genius and were wanting to allow me to soar. And one of those teachers was Roger Am. He was my high school choir teacher, and he poured so many hours into me. He believed in me. He wanted to see the best in me. I am sure there are many times that I frustrated him to no end because I was a talker and I was social. But he helped to really hone my skills and focus on my strengths and help me to find the direction that I needed to find in my life. He took extra hours and he believed in me. And there were many times in high school when I was up against difficult times, and he continued to stand by me. There are those teachers in your life that found that glimmer in you, that glimmer of genius, and they pushed you. They pushed you to take that genius and make it bigger. I especially love the teachers that find the treasure inside of you that you didn't even know was there. And so I'm sure you can think of those teachers today. One of those teachers for me was my father. He was a preacher, and he was a very quiet man who had a very quiet demeanor, I guess is what you might say. But he was a preacher, and he always preached from his heart. And when he died of cancer, he taught me to live well, but he also taught me to die well. And maybe he wasn't a teacher in the sense of the word that he was in a classroom, but he was a teacher in that he taught me about life, and he taught me what was valuable. And I don't think there's anything better than to teach you not only how to live well, but to die well. He also saw in me some abilities that maybe I knew were beginning to flourish, but only now I'm beginning to see that those were actual abilities that I'm growing in right now. And so this week, during Teacher Appreciation Week, reach out to those people who saw the glimmer in you. They saw something different in you. Maybe they pulled out something in you that you didn't even know you had or you could. Or maybe they just made you feel so good about yourself that you were willing to take the risk. You were willing to step out into something that you wouldn't have stepped out into because they believed in you and because they told you that you were worthwhile, that you were valuable. I once had a student tell me that someone had called him a waste of space. And that broke my heart, because just because students are different than us, and maybe they lash out at us. And you know what I found? I was in a school district for a while that had some rougher kids, and I found that when kids lash out, no matter if it's in a rough school district or a high, achieving school district, when they lash out, it's usually because of something that's going on with them, not anything that's going on with the teacher. It's something that they're hurting inside. And as much as it's really hard not to lash back because you feel like it's a personal attack, usually if we get to the bottom of it, we find out that there's something else going on with that kid. Thank you to all the teachers in my life. Thank you to my elementary teachers who were willing to let me do some crazy things. Thank you to my high school choir teacher who believed in me so strongly that he helped me to gain confidence and believe in myself. Thank you to my father who taught me not only how to live well, but to die well. And thank you to all the teachers who right now in this moment are driving to their classrooms, who are getting ready for the day, and who are really trying to just have the energy to make it through the rest of their day. I thank you. What you're doing is a noble thing. It's an amazing profession, and I am privileged to be part of it.